It's been nearly 6 years since I started this channel back in 2019. My first ever upload was in 2020. I cannot remember the exact day. 5 years ago. Since then, 544 subscribers, 877 videos, 98,539 views. I built this channel on a personality that I try to strive to be. Now, this video might not be your cup of tea. It's gonna be just a lot of yapping, to be honest with you. And honestly, it's fine if you don't want to watch. I am just wanting to go over some things and just explain the past 5 years and a couple of things. Throughout my time, occasionally I have put in a couple of shorts. For example, one of these.
When my mom was trying to whine at me about helping her find some where the fucking
I just I just realized my audio was messed up.
so I get yelled at first thing when my mom was trying to whine at me about helping her find some where to fucking park in California when there's a parking garage right over here and there's no visible parking anywhere else. Yeah, very fucking Christmas to me, bro. This is the shit I have to deal with. This bitch is who I have to deal with for the next fucking week. She's already treating me like shit and I just got here. So I get
Call it cringe, whatever you want to call it, but there's been a lot going on in the background as of recently. And now that I'm 18, there's nothing I can do about it. I'm not making this video to insult or call out my mom, but rather to question if this is something normal that happens. Because I am in no way think my mom is a terrible person. However, I have dealt with a lot of trauma since the beginning of high school. This dates back to when I was in middle school and I had this really bad math teacher who would not teach all the fundamentals to me. When I asked for help, she would not help me. And eventually I got my first ever C in school, or just in education in general. My mom was very upset with me for this and began to get a lot more strict as life carried on into high school. As I'm yapping, I will be having entry point gameplay in the background. I think it's fitting for starting this channel with this and just going through what has happened since the very beginning. But as I had been moving on into high school, I found that my math capabilities, due to the aforementioned issues that I had with my previous teacher, led me to be very unprepared for the entirety of math. And it was not good for me in the slightest. I was constantly having the situation of getting missing assignments because missing assignments were hard for me at the time. I was overwhelmed. It was completely different from middle school, and I just was not ready for it, especially when I had to deal with math that I was used to be ahead in, because back in eighth grade, I had actually happened to be I'd happened to be in a situation where I was ahead of schedule with math, and I happened to be in algebra, and that was unfortunately changed because of that said teacher. So I just struggled with math, got another C to more berating from my mom, Fast forward to 10th grade, and I am in, I think it was geometry. Yeah, it was geometry. And I was on another C, but bordering a D, and my mom was livid at the entire thing. And it was around this time that I was offered the opportunity to go into an early college program, which would help me get an associate's degree or prepare me for an associate's degree. So I would have to put in less effort. And essentially, what would happen is an extremely large amount of not anxiety, but more pressure was put onto me after I began that program. And essentially, things got very bad to the point where I was constantly stressed ever since then. And this shows when I was in junior year. No, I think it was the same. Yeah, it was the same year. I was basically just going to my next class, which unfortunately for me was Algebra 3 4. I struggled. I came very close, but unfortunately, I got my first ever D and was essentially just I can't even describe, nor do I think I want to, because I think I blocked off the hurt from it that has been caused from it. But I was very much berated severely for that, being told that I had no excuse for that and that I shouldn't have had that happen. I I know better than this. I've done school for so many years. I should know how to manage assignments. Unfortunately, I'm would have to agree with her, except for the part where I am not mentioning that she has had no college experience. See, I'm a first gen student, and I am basically running through college. And as the time of me recording this video, today I'm going to be graduating from high school. And by that point, I will have a high school diploma, 6 certifications, one in culinary, the rest in technology, and then soon to be 2 associate's degrees on the way. And throughout my time, I was constantly berated for having not done good and having missing assignments. And that became very stressful to me as I was put in under immense pressure as I was doing something that my mom had never done. She had no experience and she attempted to speak for me as if she had been experiencing that. And it just ended up not being very fun for me because of the fact that I had to deal with already a stressful situation in school. But then on top of that, her constantly berating me whenever I had a missing assignment, a bad grade, there was nothing for me to do. There was nothing that I could do at all. I was just stuck trying to hopefully get through it. And throughout my time, I didn't really do much besides work on school. I attended a club. Long story short, it didn't end up working out because of the fact that I had become an officer at one point. They decided, oh, you're no longer an officer, and I was booted off of that club. And I don't want to get into that, saying it wasn't that big of a deal, but I found that I was very low on free time. And it was about that time that I started to go into streaming, as I found myself immensely stressed and found that streaming and making videos for you guys was like the best way for me to de-stress. And I've also come to realize that it is the only thing that has, unfortunately, don't like to say this, but I think it is the only thing that has kept me alive. No matter how stupid or like idiotic or anything like that it sounds, I have no father that is in my life currently. He is just actively in Oregon and he is only coming down. He is barely going to be getting to my graduation. My mom my mom, she's not entirely the best person with how she treats me when it comes to education, constantly putting pressure onto me, constantly criticizing everything I'm doing, despite doing 5 times more than what she's ever done in education. And I have very little friends as I had been crippled with anxiety since then, and it's only gotten worse, and it's just not been fun. I have very little friends, so there was no true person to really be there and comfort me or support me. So I found that I was unfortunately only able to be supported by you guys, which isn't the best situation to be in. I've gone through high school and I've realized that I don't feel proud of anything that I've done, as there's just so much trauma from constantly being berated that my mental state is just completely ravaged to the point where I literally don't even feel any sense of anything from doing all that I've done. I don't feel anything at all. I don't think I ever can because of what I've been through. And it's not better when I am going out tonight to try and celebrate something that I don't see as anything worthwhile because of all these struggles. I have no positive memories in high school that I can hold on to because I've tried to shut out any and all negative aspects, which has been a majority of my high school time, from the constant complaints and insults hurled at me for not getting things done to a specific standard. And one could argue, which I could agree with to an extent, that my mom isn't a bad person. She is just trying to ensure my success. But let me ask the question of if she is trying to ensure my success, then why is she forcing me to feel like I'm such a bad person whenever I get a missing assignment? Why is she trying to speak for me when it comes to anything in the education system? I feel like it is completely unfair to say that she is a perfect parent as and that her entire goal is to ensure my success and well-being. Success, you could easily say, sure, she is wanting that, but well-being, I have to strongly urge against, as it has always been about what she thinks is necessary for me to succeed rather than what I need at that moment. And I've always been driven further and further with even more pressure being laid on me. And it has driven me to be rather suicidal. Um, and it is just not a good feeling. I don't understand why she persists on my success when I am clearly hurting from it, and it just is very frustrating to me how I could express this. I had even decided to express this yesterday. I told her everything I felt about how I felt pressured, how I've literally been feeling because of that, and she's denying it and just saying stuff like, "Oh, here you go, blaming me again." Who else could be to blame for this kind of thing? I wasn't the one who caused all this mental hurt. You think I wanted to be in pain? I don't want that. I don't want to be stuck with trauma through high school rather than enjoy memories of high school. I've worked myself so hard to get the two associate's degrees, six certifications, and high school diploma to the point where I've literally got carpal tunnel, partially from working so hard and partially from coping in a, I don't even know if it would be considered a healthy way, because I don't know if this is healthy or not, but coping in a way that has partially injured me. And it's not anything weird. It's freaking streaming and recording and stuff like that. I literally have carpal tunnel because I've worked so hard. And I've literally injured myself, and it wasn't enough. There was always something to complain about. I don't understand why this stuff happens. I don't understand why she thinks that my success is priority over everything above anything. And a lot of the times I feel like she's just trying to live a second life through me, because when I am trying to distance myself from that kind of stuff, it is just not, I'm just completely disregarded from that. I just don't have a say in any of it. I don't, I, I've basically had no fun experiences in high school. I've wasted 4 years of my life, injured myself, and for what? The only support I have being you guys. I just, I don't know what to say anymore. I can't be perfect, but I need to know if I'm the asshole for snapping out, lashing out, and publicizing, yeah, publicizing all of this. I just doesn't feel right to me that I'm treated more of a trophy than I am a human being. Because, yeah, I don't want you to just view my perspective, though. I want you to view my mom's perspective in trying to ensure success. Did she go too far, or is she just trying to ensure my success and I'm being a little baby about it? Because if I've been an asshole to my mom this entire time and this is just completely normal, I don't know what to say. Because this is just so much. I have so much. I am just emotionally detached. I constantly push people away because I have no self-esteem at all. The only time I feel happy is when I'm streaming because I feel like I can be somebody, that I actually am making a difference. that I'm actually helping someone out, whether it be directly or indirectly. I know I won't be able to help everybody. I know I won't be able to entertain everybody, and that's fine with me. But as long as I'm still able to be there and comfort one person, that's all I need.